I think the biggest thing that comes to the mind is just the journey, the process of getting better every day, the process of all 14 guys coming in our first year together, and having the same goals in mind, and just kind of enjoying the process, enjoying learning to play with each other on the court, enjoying getting to know each other off the court. So it's a collection of all that. When I look up at the banners we were able to raise so far, I think that's the most important thing I think of. I mean, I I, I think so, in the sense that it's always nice to get rewarded for your hard work. I'm someone who has been through a lot in his professional career, and just basketball career in general. So, I never take for granted, when I receive awards, because to me it's a testament of perseverance. It's a testament of dedication. It's a testament to just the hard work and the focus I was able to put in throughout my journey. So, yeah, they definitely mean something. But I mean, at the end of the day, being on a team like this that's able to compete at a super high level and be able to compete for a lot of trophies, that's something special within itself. I think it's just a daily mindset that we've had. There's not really one person who has a conversation and is like, "Look, guys, we have to make sure we're ready." It's just, I think we're all kind of bought in and on in the same goals and the same ideas, and I think we all want the same thing, and that's to win as a collective. So, I mean, these guys make my job super easy. They're some of the greatest guys I've had the pleasure of sharing the court with. So, the fact that we've been able to do so much in a short amount of time is a testament to what we've been able to build here. No, I don't think so. I pride myself on being a leader and trying to make the guys around me's job a little easier. So for me, nah, it's no pressure. I'm doing something that I love. I've been able to take care of my family with it. I've been able to travel the world and see different places, experience different cultures. So nah, for me, I don't really ever see it as pressure. This is all just, for me. This is all just kind of like a cherry on top situation. This is all just a blessing for me. Nah, 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 nah. Definitely not parental. It's just like a brother. And again, I can't even say big brother, little brother, because I'll have my days where I'm not going through it, and he'll give me words of encouragement or words of advice, and vice versa. So it's just a brotherhood relationship that I'm very fortunate enough to have. He came in from the first day with not a lot of European experience, so my job was to just try to help him navigate things on and off the court a little easier. So I look up 3 years later, and I can confidently say that's my brother. His family is my family, his family. So it's great to see where these last years have taken our relationship. Yeah, of course, of course. I appreciate all the fans for being patient with me, because I am still learning, day in and day out. But I think the main thing for me is I'm trying, and I appreciate the fact that they know I'm trying and trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. But yeah, the more titles, more Spanish, more paella, more of everything. So I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and so a lot of that has kind of been, in the back of my mind. And I think once I got here and just hearing it more frequently, I've kind of remembered what I learned in high school. But nowadays, it's kind of like you said, just talking with different teammates or people around the city, people within the organization, and just practicing. We'll be in the locker room talking, and I'll just ask whoever, how do you say this or how do you say that? For me, that's the best way to learn. So it's been working for me so far. Yeah, well, I mean, I've always, since I started playing overseas, I've always wanted to be able to document what I experience, and to show my family and friends back home. I haven't really been in a lot of situations to where I could comfortably put that out. For example, I've been in smaller cities where I couldn't find a videographer, or I've been in cities where it wasn't really much to show. But I think when I came to Malaga and I linked up with Ruben, I kind of told him the idea. I had a few examples already on my YouTube before that I showed him, and we just kind of took that idea and ran with it. And he put his own personal flavor to it, and it's been really good. So I'm excited to keep continuing with Ruben and continuing to try to show what life is like over here. Yeah, well, I mean, for anybody that follows me, they know I love to cook. They know I love to be in the kitchen. I'm always down to try new restaurants and try different types of food, and I really enjoy watching other people, go to different restaurants and try different foods and everything. So for me, it was just kind of taking that idea and try to put my own twist to it. And the food here in Malaga has been great, whether it's been Andalusian cuisine or carne or whatever the case may be. I've had some really good. There's some really good restaurants out here. I met some really great people throughout the restaurants here. So again, I'm just trying to showcase, on my platform, what that experience is like here in Malaga. Who was I think it was it Killian. I think it was Killian, the one I mentioned in the video. Yeah, I think it was Killian. Killian, he had some trouble when we went to Los Manuelos. He had some trouble picking off the shells of the shrimp. So sorry, Killian, but they asked, so I told. Yeah, well, my dad was the chef in my house growing up, and just kind of being around him in the kitchen. He always stressed us that you have to be able to take care of yourself. You can't depend on anyone else, a woman or whoever, to be able to cook for you. Especially when my brother and I went to college and we were outside of the home. So he kind of taught me and my brother like some basic things, and then from there I just kind of fell in love with it. And the more research I did, and the more recipes I've seen, the more I tried different things, and it brings me a peace of mind very similar to basketball. So I can talk about food and cooking and stuff pretty much all day. Depending on what type of food you like. There's a Jamaican restaurant in Benomadina named A Taste to Come. The owner is Carolyn. She's an extremely nice lady. I know her, Tyson, Cam. We've worked with her for years now. She's catered events for us. So that's one thing if you want Jamaican. Um, there's an Italian restaurant. It's a little further out in Mijas called La Pergola something. Sorry, sorry, I don't remember the full name, but it's La Pergola. If you search La Pergola and Mijas, it'll pop up. It's probably my favorite Italian place within the Malaga area. Of course, everybody knows Los Manuelos is a staple of mine, close to where I live in Torremolinos. Um, yeah, I think that's a couple of hidden gems that I can say that I frequent at. Honestly, I don't really get out the house that much to explore. Like, if it's not restaurants for the most part, I just be in the house, watching TV. Me and my wife, we'll hang out, watch our shows, and I'll cook, whatever. But yeah, I hear a bunch about a lot of different areas. Like, I still need to get up to Rincon, de la, what's the name? Rincon de la Victoria. I still need to get up there. Um, Nerja. I hear really good things about the area up there. So one of these off days I'm gonna get up there. But for now, a lot of my off days they just consist of either trying new restaurants or being in the house. Yeah. So the brand kind of came about. This was maybe this was right before COVID. So was that 2019, 2020 maybe? When I was in Serbia. That was the first. I've had the idea for a while, just because I have an entrepreneurial spirit. I think I got that from my dad, um, and I just wanted to make sure I had my own kind of stamp and my own legacy to you know have something off the court as well. So um, yeah, the brand came about, and it's been pretty good. It's ups and downs with starting your own brand and being your own entrepreneur, your own boss. But um, it's a process. I create everything for the most part. Me and uh, a graphic designer by the name of Kiko that I linked with out here. He has his own brand, and again, I just gave him my idea. He put his own twist on it, and we formed kind of like a partnership. So that's kind of where we're at with it right now. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just finding inspiration through designs, and talking with Kiko. I can't take all the credit. He was the mastermind behind the whole design. I gave him kind of the idea and the format of it all, but in terms of bringing the idea to life, that was all him. So um, guys, just be a little patient. The shirts are coming. We will get them made. I definitely want to change a few things with some of the guys on the shirt, but the shirts will be coming very soon. I like to think so. I like to think so. There's still, I'm sure, plenty of things I can still learn about the culture and, the lifestyle of a Malagueño. But I'm very appreciative of, um, not just Malaga, but the whole Andalusian region kind of be opening and accepting to me trying to embrace the culture. So I'm sure I got a lot left to learn, but I'm enjoying the process of it all. I mean, yeah, you just gotta ask, you know. I mean, of course, like you kind of filter out, you know, what the people's serious responses and people's not responses. But I mean, you won't know if you don't ask, you know. So for me, that's probably the simplest way to do it. It's the easiest platform for me to just put something on Instagram and ask. Um, so yeah, and then what better way to find out the real than from the actual people living in Malaga and the surrounding areas? Of course, of course. I think this year it seems that we're a little more hungry than we were last year, especially at this point of the season, because it's a long season, right? You're talking about 9, 10 months. You're seeing guys in other leagues around the world already at home or finishing up their playoffs, so it can be definitely mentally draining at times. But I think this year there's a shift in the focus, meaning that we still want more, and we understand that we have the opportunity to win one more trophy this season.